Worst book ever written. Pew, 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 pew. All right, so you know that I've written my latest Battle Tides book. So today, we got an email from Kirkus Reviews. Kirkus Reviews, Kirkus, tomato. Here's the point. I pay them $450, and 7 to 9 weeks later, they send me a review, a professional review. I'm trying with each new book, I'm trying to experiment with ways of getting it out there to the public. But Kirkus Reviews have been around since the 1933s. They're one of those de facto places that's been doing book reviews for a very long time, almost 100 years. Again, this is not friends and family reviews. Those are generally 4 and 5 stars. Those are good. Those are fun. This one are the professionals. So they do the review. You read the review. If you want them to publish it, then it goes onto their site, goes into their magazine, all that kind of stuff. You get all this exposure. If you don't want them to publish it, you just say, no, that's bad publicity or whatever. We're going to go through it together. All right? Hence the fidget spinner. I don't do this for all my books because it's expensive. It's almost $500. And if you're only going to sell a few copies, then why would you pay that much why would you pay $500 if you're just going to make $100? As an author, I want to try new things and see what moves the needle on sales. So this is my first foray into some of the traditional review companies. So let's just click on this thing over here. All right, begin about. Oh, okay, it's downloading into a PDF. Battletides.pdf. Okay, so it's a couple paragraphs, a couple long paragraphs. I'm going to read you this thing. In Acuff's SF novel, that's science fiction for you noobs. Me and Kirkus, we get it. In Acuff's SF novel, the first in a series, true, a soldier in hiding attempts to discover the secret of the ghost haunting his biosynthetic body. Okay, this is very interesting. So I haven't given them anything to go on except the book. So when they come out with this little log line of theirs, that gives me ideas of how I can go forward with that in the future. To discover the secret of the ghost haunting his biosynthetic body. Okay. The year is 2561. Human colonies have spread across the universe through the use of wormholes, and extreme genetic modification has progressed to the point where some people, like Jacques Bastille, have become very hard to kill. When Jacques wakes up in the middle of a dune-filled desert, one of his biosynthetic arms ripped from its socket, he looks up to find his spaceship wrecked and smoldering nearby. He has no idea how he got there. His mind is missing key information, and his memories seem to be spliced with those of another person. A test pilot on Earth named Dash Struthers. Jacques' first order of business is to fight off the reptile-like bounty hunters that shot him down. He steals their ship and heads to the edge of this settled universe to find out who wants him dead and why. There, he visits Bender the Reek, the universe's last living Reek, or recycle geek, whose business is extending human life by illegally replanting consciousness in new bodies, or meat suits, to use the industry parlance. Bender is the man who put Jacques in his current meat suit. He's also the one who tried to collect the bounty. They're with it so far. Everything they've said is so far so good as far as a synopsis. As Dash's consciousness grows stronger in Jacques' body, the confused fugitive relies on the dead man's piloting skills to survive on the treacherous frontier of space. As he goes, Jacques attempts to figure out his own past as a former king of the Maccabi clan who retired in the midst of a conflict with an authoritarian warlord, as well as how he came to be linked with Dash Struthers and a mysterious biosynthetic woman named Mizuki Blue. Well done, synopsis people. This is good. The novel's lore, particularly when it comes to genetic modification, is complex and jargon-heavy, but Acuff brings texture and humor to work, as well as the ability to humanize the characters, even those who aren't recognizably human. Here, a medic who is described as looking more like a mechanic appraises a patient. She ain't like us, man. She's genetically altercated, total bonsai. She is stable, but in a computer terms, it's more like, I don't know, sleep mode than a coma. Her skin bag is fixing herself right up at a super high cycle, but her mind shows Zippo activity. That's an actual quote from the book. The narrative's DNA is at least 3/4 action movie, with scene after scene of fistfights, shootouts, explosions, and escapes. Acuff's touch is light enough to handle the transitions between Jacques and Dash, though, and while readers will initially be pulled along by the set pieces, they will soon find themselves invested in the convoluted mystery of the protagonist's origins. Most will return to find out what happens in the next volume. An inventive, fast-paced SF thriller. Gosh, I think that was good. Am I reading that right? I mean, they did use the word convoluted mystery, so that's the only negative I could see in there, that it was a convoluted mystery, but everything else seems like they kind of liked it. They got it, first of all, huge. They got the story. They regurgitated the synopsis of the story. That all worked. I'll be using that some more. It is complex and jargon heavy, but Acuff brings texture and humor. Texture? I don't even know her. I think they were just trying to say there that the dialogue was unique and humor-filled, even though it is jargon heavy. The narrative's DNA is at least 3/4 action movie. That is correct. This whole thing I have seen as an action movie in my head, with scene after scene of fistfights, shootouts, explosions, and escapes. But Acuff's light touch, enough to handle the transitions between Jacques and Dash. And while readers will initially be pulled along by the set pieces, the world building, they will soon find themselves invested in the convoluted mystery of the protagonist's origins. Most will even return to find out what happens in the next volume, which has not been written yet. But it's in my mind. Okay, that is what I paid almost $500 for, was a couple of paragraphs. A paragraph of synopsis and a paragraph of review. All good stuff. An inventive, fast-paced SF thriller, says Kirkus Reviews. That's going on the updated back cover. It's now Amazon bestseller status in all those categories recently. Congratulations. Thank you. I don't know what traffic that drives in yet. That's the unknown. That's why we're test driving this Kirkus process. Have you, as an author, have you bought reviews places? Have you paid for someone, a third-party pro, to review your stuff? Has that worked? Has it not worked? I'm also hoping that now with a Kirkus review, an official review, and an Amazon bestseller status, I'm hoping I can approach some newspapers like the LA Times and see if they will do a review. Try and get it out there a little more with some bigger reviews. It's just part of the world that we live in. We're test driving different parts of the process, and to the extent that I can, I'm going to give back to you guys, so that leave you a little breadcrumb trail of some things that I've done that have worked and some things that I've done that haven't worked. Step 1 was place the order. Step 2, submit the book, the cover, and the book description. Step 3, download the review, which I did. Step 4, publish the review. Click yes. Once you log in to Kirkus Reviews, they give you a profile page, so you can have that. And then they've just sent me an email from Kirkus. Your review is now published and available to view on our website via the following link. To promote your book, we invite you to explore our marketing and promotion options. Please contact blah, 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 blah. So again, there's some extra marketing and promotional things that are available to me now that I've gone through their review process now that we've published it. There's a shop now link on the page to Amazon, so that's great. I'm officially on the Kirkus Reviews website. It says Battle Tides by David Acuff. Release date May 2nd, 2024. An inventive, fast-paced SF thriller. You heard it here, guys. An inventive, fast-paced SF thriller with action film DNA. They did not mention the dragon, but it's got a dragon. For your consideration. Whew. Guys, I was nervous. What was I afraid of? What that they were gonna come to my house and knock on the door and they're like, "Hey, give us Acuff. We want his head on an SF platter." Boo! Worst book ever written. These were all just thoughts in my head. It could have gone that way, but it didn't, because obviously the boy can write. I knew it. You knew it. Now Kirkus knows it. If you're a filmmaker and you're looking for sci-fi action movie potential, are you going to email me now? What? I just got an email. Who is it? Spam. But it could have been. I could have been Spielberg giving me the call. David, I'd like to dip my big toe back into sci-fi films. Not since E.T. have I found something, a cover so compelling. And I feel like that dragon could be my next E.T. So give us a call. Spielberg, James Cameron, any of you guys, give me a call. Let's do this. Let's make a movie. I'm all here.